here in Colin and Justin today. You're going to make us all fall in love with fall dining. My heart is ready for this, boys.
Fall for us is probably our favourite season because it's the time that we can really start to bring in all the layers and make ourselves feel really, really cosy. Now, in the same way that restaurants will have to change the way they look to keep people excited and interested and change the menu to make it really variable, we do the same with decor. So we want to add bags of layers and bags of little things that will really make you feel drawn in. So stick around for all the top tips.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that you can actually do with your existing dining room, okay? Say you've got really a modern dining room and you want a new look for fall. Why not swap out the chairs? Now, we've got a really modern dining table here, but we've got these beautiful black spindle back chairs. They just feel like classic farmhouse pieces, you know? It's the fall, it's about the harvest, you know, and you think of farm style as being very much in this season. So don't be afraid to actually mix up different styles, you know, and remember that the color black is the ultimate neutral, so you can bring that in and use it with anything, especially timber. It's really going to work well.
Well, you know what I like? I like the rustic storage solutions. They are beautiful. Tell me about that.
We went to IKEA, okay, no big expense there, and we found these really simple pine crates. Now, here in our little sunroom, we've popped them up on the supporting areas here, and they look really fantastic. It's a great way to display all your merchants, all your wares, all your pottery, your linens, your napery. You could have food in there when people are coming around to set the scene. Every time we have a dinner party, it's about so much more than what's on the table. It's also about the environment in the room and everything that we can see as we're enjoying the food.
A little feast for the eyes, even off the table. I think that's great. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about texture, because when we think of fall, we think of different feels and different fabrics.
You know, we always say texture is the new color, you know, and you're adding texture really does add a sense of value, care, warmth, and fabulousness to a room. You know, and think about your wardrobe, okay? Think about in the fall, in the summer, you might have had a t-shirt on in the summer, you know, soft cotton. You bring in a sweater for the fall, it's a different texture. Think about actually implementing that into a design as well. Here, you know, the table is the hero piece in a dining room. So of course you're going to add texture through little placemats. Layer up your plates as well. You know, there's a little charger there on a fabulous little kind of piece of fabric there, and then the napkin in there in place, great source of texture. The lighting in here, you know, these great hanging baskets add visual texture. They break up the space, and because they're natural, immediately you feel it's all about the fall. You know, you want to get those fall colors in here, and if you give them a natural backdrop, then all of your rusts, all of those warm tones are really going to sing.
But one thing that we always say, Tracy, is, and you know this from us over the years on Cityline, we like to look at things differently. So Colin mentioned, for example, these lovely little placemats. Now, they look great for the purpose for which they were designed, but if you glance over there to our Texturescape wall, we've taken loads of these placemats. Now, some of them we've left them in their neutral state as they are, lovely and rustic. Some of them we've dipped in white paint, some of them we've dipped in black paint, and we've given them a kind of a divided, halved, segmented shape, and then cast asunder on that lovely blue-grey wall at the back. It's a real textural feast, and it really draws your eye. Again, I always reference it back to, it's not just what's on the table, it's what you're putting in your gob as well as what you're watching on the walls.
Very important, very important. Okay, now we know that the real estate on the table gets taken up real quick, especially if you're having everyone over in your bubble for a fall feast. But what do you do to solve that problem? Can you have extra areas put out to serve people?
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, if you've got a lot of people at the table in your safe bubble, you know, you want to actually give people space, you know, and I think, you know, we talked about texture. Having actually fabric banners kind of delineates space, you know, you can see where you're supposed to be, there's a gap, your person is here, so you can map it out. But if it becomes too tight on the table, I love to actually pick up a little trolley, a timber trolley there. It's got some wheels on it as well, so you can actually bring that into the top of the table. You could put your serving dishes on there. You might make that your drink station. You know, maybe there's an ice bucket, there's some cocktails on that table as well. You know, such a great utility piece. But you could have one of them, two of them, bring them in so that you actually extend your tablescape, and then you could just wheel them away at the end.
And I think when you're theming something, Tracy, you've really got to think about not going overboard. Obviously, it is fall and it's all about gathering around. So the tried and tested pumpkin. We've got lots of them, as you can see, scattered across the table here. But we went to HomeSense and we found these fabric pumpkins. So they're really squashy, almost like cushions with a stalk. Don't sit in that. And they're a really lovely way of adding an extra layer and an extra dimension, coupled with the wreaths that we've got dotted around. Do you know what? We love fall more than any season in the whole history of Colin and Justin. When it's getting cold outside, baby, come on indoors and feel the textural waves of Colin and Justin.
Oh, you probably love fall just because you know you look good in a pair of jeans and a sweater. That's why you like fall.
Right?
Look at you.
I know.
Looking
Bless
good.
you, Tracy. Oh.